Okay, so as you can see, the title, what's needed to buy a house? So let's get straight into it. Oh shit, almost fell down. So the first thing you need is obviously you need to be fucking employed. I'm not really sure how long of employment history you should have. I think it's somewhere between 1 and 2 years if you're just like a regular W-2 employee. And if you're self-employed, you need around, I think it's 2 years of filed income taxes for self-employed. And for the self-employed people, always know this. I understand that you want to file the smallest amount possible in what you pay yourself so you can pay yourself lower in taxes. But with that, the lower you get paid, the lower you pay yourself, the less amount of house you can afford. So you say, hey, I'm just gonna pay myself $40,000 a year, and you want a $300,000 house, it's not gonna happen. So you're gonna have to pay yourself a little bit more so you can qualify for the house you want, right? So then, but I'm not really sure about the employment history for regular W-2 employees. You should ask a lender. This is the guy I asked. His name is Nick. Call him, text him, tell him that I sent you, tell him that I put his contact info in the video. So number two, money. Obviously, you can't buy a house without money. If you fucking got $0, you cannot buy a house. I don't care what anybody says. I have had people buy a house without putting up any money, but they still didn't need it. They needed money for other things that were assisting them in the process of buying a house, such as an appraisal and inspection. So appraisals usually range from $400 to $650. So you can go ahead and put that in your notes. Inspections. My inspector is Corey Gibson. This is his number. Realtors, if you're watching this, regular folks who are in the process of buying homes with other realtors that name isn't Julian Kovar, which that's a big mistake on your fucking part. You can call this guy right here. His name is Corey. He's an inspector. He's a really good guy. I think he charges somewhere around $375, $400, something like that. Very thorough. So those range between $300 and $500. Go ahead and put that down. You got down payment. So just to give you an idea, I'm not going through the different levels of down payments for every fucking purchase price. I'm not. Uh, I don't like to waste my time like that. So $150,000 house, right? 3.5% down payment, that's $5,250. And the reason why I'm doing 3.5% down payment is because most people watching this video, most people on my Instagram and Facebook and my YouTube and in my coaching credit coaching program are first time home buyers. FHA is the most popular option. And if you already own a house, I think after so many years you can use FHA again, but you have to ask Nick about that. So $150,000, about $5,200 for a down payment. A $250,000 house, you would need $8,700 for a down payment. But I want to let you know this can vary just depending on who you're using as a lender. So you can be in a down payment assistance program. They might give you money for the entire down payment. So you don't need money for a down payment. You might be using a new construction lender. So new construction, the people that build houses, they have their own lenders and they might give you a 1.5% down payment. It can vary. So don't, this is just like the typical amount of money somebody needs. Closing costs. So it's just not a down payment. You also need closing costs. That's typically around 5% of the purchase price. So that for $150,000 house, you would need $7,500 for it. So and then the buyer and seller usually split that. So you would split that $7,500. You can't really see this, but this is $3,750. That's on the closing costs. For a $250,000 house, the closing cost would be somewhere around 12,500. If you split it, it'd be 6,250. Again, this is not all the time. Sometimes this varies. Down payment assistance. If you have leftover money, you might be able to use that money towards the closing costs. And lenders, people who build the lenders for new construction builders, right? Those builders will actually give you $10,000, and they'll probably take care of all of your closing costs. You need income. Clearly, if you cannot show that you generate income, nobody will loan you money to buy a fucking house unless they're on some predatory lending type stuff. So typically, the higher your income, the more house you can buy. Depending on your income, you can qualify for down payment assistance and then credit score. You need a pretty good credit score to get a low rate. Um, I think we're doing 580 credit scores right now. I just want you to keep in mind the lower your credit score, the longer it may take to process your loan. So instead of closing in 30 days like everybody else, you might have to close in, I don't know, 45 days. It might have to get closed and pushed back, and potentially your closing can fall out and you're not closing the house. If you got questions, leave them in the comment section below. Thanks.